Hi, I'm Kyle, a tired therapist.
And I'm Jackie, also a tired therapist.
And together, we are
Two tired therapists.
Welcome to the pod.
I can't take somebody seriously who does that. I really can't. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's like somebody, it's like, well, I don't want to liken it to this sort of, but like, you know, it's like people who are doctors who like insist on everybody calling them doctor or whatever, even if you've gotten to know them after a while. Like, it's that kind of thing, in my opinion. I'm like, you just want to be known by your title and not like, it just seems weird. But do what you do.
You know what? Everyone's trying to live their life, Jackie. It's a hard world out there for a lot of people.
Especially for them straight white men. It's a hard life.
I mean, really undesirable number one these days. Truly.
I love it. Oh my God.
So here we are. Well, welcome back.
We're back.
To another titillating episode.
Titillating. Well, it might be for some people.
Well,
we're about to find out.
I'm about to find out.
You are, because this one's months in the making, although I didn't save as many stories as I thought I did. And I've read some real fucked up ones, but I do have some from a long time ago. But guess what, everyone? It's a Reddit episode.
Well, it's a Reddit episode. It's a Reddit episode. So,
but tell me what you're tired of before we start the
well, I think this is from the vault of what's tired about like decor. You know, I had a moment of decor. There were several things. And many people do this.
Sure. Uh-oh.
And it doesn't look like you do. So I'm very glad.
Uh-oh.
But the karate chopping of pillows.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
It's tired. It doesn't look good.
I don't get it. I don't understand. I think it's supposed to be like look like it's like lived in or something, but it looks weird. And then like I don't know.
It doesn't. No.
I bought the white furry ones. I was influenced and I bought those from somebody. And her inserts, she karate chops them, and I purposely bought inserts that you couldn't do that with.
No,
I don't like it.
I don't. It doesn't. It certainly doesn't look like yours. I'm so sorry. Yours look lit because it's like they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of ruffled.
Like a pillow should look.
Yeah. Like if you had those, I'd be like, are you a knife? Did you lay on that like a knife?
Of course, you know, the videos of them like setting up their bed and stuff. It's like a hard like, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm not even trying. Like they literally, like they get it and they literally will straighten it and then go,
yeah.
And I'm like, no.
I think it's supposed to be like fancy looking. I don't like it either. I think it looks kind of funky. I mean, I get sort of maybe the look kind of looks, but I don't know. I don't like
it. Throw the fucking pillow on there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So that's where I'm at. Very mild today.
Very mild for
me. What are you tired of?
Mine was spurned again by a work adjacent thing, but
sure.
I'm really, it's been 5 years since we all, had to go home forever and then never come back out.
I know where this is going.
And I'm just real fucking tired of everybody acting like they don't know how to navigate any kind of Zoom or Teams or any kind of platform in which there's video. I just cannot. Like, I'm like, they're like, oh, I don't know how to work this. I'm like, it's been 5 years, girl.
Right.
Like we cannot be saying that anymore. There's no excuse for you.
I agree. I hate it when you get, I just had one this week where there was like 300 people on this meeting and they were like, we're going to mute all of you.
Yes. No one is unmuted.
And people will unmute themselves.
You gotta take the power away
and carry on with whatever they're doing. Like, not to say anything.
I think remember people in the chat were like, I can't unmute myself.
No, they unmuted themselves, and then they were like talking to somebody, and they were like, "Oh, hey, whoever, make sure you're muted." And but it's like
most of the meetings I'm in now, it's like everybody starts on mute, and like the host can decide to mute you and like take it away, which is nice.
I don't know. This was Teams. I'm not familiar with.
Oh yeah, it's Teams. You can do that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I'm right there with you. Like. Check. If you're muted or not. Like, get it together. Absolutely. Ugh. Well. Let's get some Reddit stories. Speaking of nipples. Speaking of.
This one I saved so long ago and I never used it, and I'm just gonna say it's gonna start off with a big old bang, maybe literally.
Love it.
I'm gonna try to read these. I may try to read these more grammatically correct than they're written. Okay, this is from a while ago, so there might be a update. I'll have to look. My children's, which children are 2 and 4, father slept with the CPS worker. What would you do?
Oh, well.
I wish I was lying. I have 2 sons with D. D has had an on-off addiction to pills. I have forgiven him many times over the course of our relationship, which was consecutively 3 years long. I left him when our youngest son was around 8 months old. To make a long story short, he had CPS called on him earlier this year, and a caseworker was assigned. She's a young woman, attractive. She was on the case for around a month until all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I received a phone call that someone else would be taking over the case. Her supervisor claimed it was, quote, unexpected. Fast forward to another caseworker, life went on, case was closed. I just found out that the previous caseworker and him had sex. Whilst this was going on, that is actually typed out. Whilst this case was going on, I had no idea. I'm disgusted as a woman. Why would you risk your job for sex is beyond me. Him and I are not together, but No. This is why I saved it. Him and I are not together, but we were sleeping together on and off. Also, he would tell me daily, if not weekly, how sorry he is about all the hurt that he has caused myself and our children during his addiction. And he wishes to get back together. I'm so disgusted and hurt, but I'm not even surprised. I want to get rid of this guy emotionally, but I have to communicate with him because of the fact that we share children together. I have more respect for myself than to deal with some bullshit like this, and I'm just so hurt. How, as a woman, do I move past this? Not to forgive him or get back with him, just to move on emotionally. Thanks for listening. Let me see. And they have an edit. So the point of my post was to ask her advice on how to emotionally move on from the situation. CPS was not aware of any relationship between my ex and the caseworker. The caseworker has gone on medical leave for some time. I've spoken to the supervisor above the caseworker supervisor. So the supervisor's boss and all that. And that's really all that it is.
I mean, what's her screen name? We got to talk directly to her. What's her name?
Her screen name is actually Brunettes Are Better.
Okay. Brunettes are better. We're talking directly to you. Him sleeping with the CPS worker is light years beyond the real problem of what's happening.
I think that's a big understatement.
Like,
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy behavior.
Like, that's more like if you would have told me all of the other stuff first, and and by the way, he slept with a CPS worker, I'd have been like, oh yeah. Yeah, of course he did.
Well, and
yeah.
The addiction is not, it's separate from everything else, but like there's a lot of things that are going on. So he's having issues with pills. So that's like one thing. You guys broke up about almost 2 years ago.
No. You have not broken up.
Well, you broke up. We'll put that in quotes.
Sure, you broke up. And then you have a situationship on your hands.
He had CPS called on him, and then he slept with the caseworker, which is just a hot dumpster fire.
She was also still sleeping with him. Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's why I saved it.
Yeah. So him sleeping with her, I mean, is certainly inappropriate. Like, for sure.
Oh, bad.
But, like,
fireable.
That is not
crazy that she's on medical leave. In my opinion, I'm surprised they didn't just fire her.
Wait, what?
They said the CPS worker has been on medical leave for some time. That was like in the edit.
Oh, well. That's a whole other problem that we can't deal with right now. So how do I move on emotionally? One, you stop sleeping with him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you only communicate with him about your children. That's as in, what time are you going to pick up these kids? Or what time should I meet you at the McDonald's parking lot for you to pick the kids up? You go with a friend. You say, here are the deuces.
Right.
See you back here on Sunday at 5.
Yeah. Literally, I have no notes for you. First comment though is communicate only through a parenting app. Meet only in public and only to pick up kids.
Yes.
Be very closed off and businesslike. Do not encourage communication through any other means than the parenting app. Because I know now sometimes when you're getting divorced or there's custody disputes, they have parenting apps that literally just are like, it's like, I understand them to be like texting, but it's an app specific to that.
So that
and then they're recorded and then and the judges and
absolutely. And you don't need to talk about anything else. You don't need to talk about his feelings about being a parent. That's none of your fucking business.
If he feels bad about what's happened in his life, that's his thing to deal with.
Go to your therapist.
Not for you to deal with. And he can say sorry, but actions speak louder than words, and that's what I tell everybody all the time.
And if you have to say sorry more than twice for the same thing, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, brunettes do it better. Do better.
Oh, wait. Let me see if there's an update. I doubt it. But.
Yeah, and I get it. Love makes you do crazy things. But guess what? There are no pros that you listed in there. Like, okay, you can be like, he like throws dick down good. Okay, well, guess what? A lot of men out there do. A lot of women do. So, like, get out there.
No, she did
Find
not.
it.
She did not post any updates, but she did post about 2 weeks ago. My ex will only take the kids 50-50 if it's a court-ordered schedule. What do you think?
I mean, yeah. Cool.
We know. Okay.
I mean, girl.
I saved a lot of Ask a Therapist ones.
Oh, those
Okay.
would be fun.
We can if we want to do a couple because some of them are really easy. I remember this one a little bit. This is also kind of old. I just found out that husband had fabricated entire life. Can I get an annulment and how do I get him out?
Oh, okay.
I met my husband 4 years ago, just before moving from Pennsylvania to Georgia. Shortly after my move, he followed me and we fell in love. We lived together from 2015 onward, and mid-November 2018 we married. This was posted in 2019, just FYI. Today I discovered that virtually everything he has ever told me or demonstrated about his life was a complete fabrication. From specific medical issues to jobs past and present, to education to family relationships, to the claim that his first language was not English, to phone conversations that never happened to people he knows to. If you can think it, he has lied about it. We live together, but my name is on the lease and I hold the title on both our cars. He has purchased some belongings in our home, but most of it has been purchased with the money that I have earned over the 4 years together, plus money from my personal savings account. I am totally open to letting him walk all away with his stuff, even signing the older car to him. After a quick internet search, it looks like I might have grounds for an annulment of my marriage on the basis of being seriously misled. Do I? What will I need to be able to prove in order to make it work? And is there anything else I need to keep in mind to aim for an annulment instead of a divorce? He is mentally ill, though quite differently than what I was led to believe, and receives SSDI each month, but that is nowhere near enough for him to live on. What is the legal way to get him out of my house and live with minimal risk, damage, and no cost to me? Also, do I look for a divorce lawyer in this situation? How does custody of pets work? All that, she commented and gave some more information of like what did he lie about. So I'll read a few of them because they're this is the list.
Oh,
of it.
my.
So I just showed Kyle. It's probably
list.
like 1,000.
It's a long list.
That he went to school in this is things that he lied about. That he went to school in Britain, met his ex-wife there, and lived there for about 20 years before returning to the U.S. Full list of emergency medical information, including doctors' names and phone numbers, and list of medications that he wasn't on. That his father had abused him horribly as a kid, that his mom had stood by and let it happen, that his brother worked for DARPA. I don't know what that is. His aunt is a nun. There's so many that he met the Queen.
Okay.
That he'd been commissioned to make artwork for Harry and Meghan.
Okay.
Come on, girl.
Come on, girl.
Okay, so then she did post a thing. It's been a little over a year since I turned this community of my life rather fell dramatically to pieces. My original post didn't get a ton of attention, but the replies helped me tremendously. In particular, helped me construct my initial list of immediate to-do items. Oh my God, this is so long. Well, let's just pretend like we didn't get the update because it's so long.
Oh, okay. Well,
she did get her marriage annulled. I will say that.
Oh, okay.
So, but
well, that would have been I was like, you got to talk to a lawyer because I don't know the difference between because sometimes an annulment it's pretty strict grounds. You have to really prove that you entering into this contract, because marriage is an illegal contract.
Sure.
You were duped. And yeah, I could see where she got to.
Yeah, so I got my marriage annulled on the basis of fraudulent coercion to marry.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's wild because I don't think that's easy to do.
No, it's not. And it doesn't sound like she's in the U.S. from
interesting
the way that I'm reading this, but I don't know for sure.
Well, that's...
I'm trying to think of what a client was like, I'm here because my husband lied to me about everything in my life.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, we're going to get out of that.
But yeah, first things first, you get the fuck out of that. Second thing is, how do you ever trust anybody?
Oh, I was just thinking that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of the thing is you really can't. I mean, you don't know what Justin's got going on even after all this time. I mean, he might have a whole nother life.
We have Google. We have things that can verify.
That's true.
So, I mean,
yeah.
Not to say like it's not on you for checking him out. Because obviously if you met somebody and you were like, oh, I love them, and you didn't Google them. Did you Google Edward when you met him?
Yeah. It was a bit of a red flag for me when she said he moved or she moved and then he moved too.
Yeah, that's a flag.
I didn't know about that. I was like, oh.
Did you Google Edward though before you guys met?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Continue to Google him. I certainly do.
I did not Google Justin before I met him for the first time, but after I met him, I did Google him, which probably wasn't a smart idea, but it's fine. He worked at a Boy Scout camp at the time, so I was like, they clearly probably do some type of serious background check, so I wasn't too concerned. That was crazy, but yeah. What?
I just can't imagine.
Oh, you're going to love this. this one. I'll do this one. We'll take a really fast break and then I'll read you a couple more. This one is really fun. I remember this one too. My boyfriend drew me and I made a joke about it. Now he feels terrible and won't calm down. How do I fix this? And I'll show you the drawing and you will die.
Oh, I can't wait.
So I asked, they're both 18 years old, by the way.
Oh my God.
I asked my boyfriend to draw me a while back and recently he decided to give it a shot. We've been dating for 7 months. He's not super confident in drawing people and he used a dry erase board for it. Problem one. When he showed me the sketch, I immediately noticed a highlighted couple of things I'm insecure about, like my shoulders and my stomach. But instead of being upset, I found it kind of funny and joked about how he managed to capture all my insecurities perfectly. That's actually kind of funny. I wasn't serious, just trying to be playful. Well, he didn't take it the way I expected. He started apologizing over and over and saying he didn't mean to upset me and that he thought those parts of the drawing looked nice. Sorry. I'm just thinking about this drawing and it's rough. I reassured him that I wasn't offended at all, but he seemed really shaken by it. Later, he started panicking, telling me he'd been worrying all day and blaming himself for some nightmares I had, which honestly had nothing to do with the drawing. It was just my mental state. I've tried to explain that I was just joking, but that wasn't a big deal, but he still feels awful. How can I make him feel better and understand that I actually wasn't hurt? I don't want him to carry this guilt over something that was meant to be lighthearted. Any advice on how to approach this? Now I'm going to show you the drawing. They did update a little bit.
I am not ready.
Oh no, I can't find it. What? It says this page cannot be found.
No, that's lame.
Well, here. Oh no. Oh my God. I want to it was basically, I don't want to say it was like a stick figure drawing, but it was drawn on a dry erase board, but like the abs, he'd drawn abs on her, but it was like huge. And then her shoulders were like way bigger. So it was like, and then her hair was like a blunt chop at the chin, which I don't know, maybe that's how her hair is. I can't believe you can't see the picture anymore. She must have deleted it.
That's rude.
Oh my God.
I know you can't go back, but I think
they deleted their account. That's why I can't see it.
I think I would initially, like, if he was like, hey, let me draw you, and I knew that he was like not confident, I would be like, you don't have to. Like,
yeah, I would 100% have tried to talk out of that.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would have 100% been like, no,
let's not do that.
Not on a dry erase board. Nothing ever could come
exactly.
And honestly, the lines were thick, like it was a thick dry erase.
Yeah, I mean that's where you went wrong first. Of like,
so
I'm not really
mad.
confident, but can I draw you? No, and you certainly can't draw me on a dry erase board. But I think it. I don't know. I mean, I think it's.
Well, let me give you the update because it gets worse.
I think it. Oh, I was about to say it probably gets better.
I'm going to get clowned for this update, but we've been arguing all day because I made this post and he's been angry at me because of it. He has a friend who he told about one of our arguments in the past and it caused a lot of problems for us and he promised he wouldn't text that friend again. But he told that friend and in doing so, he hurt me and broke my trust. He's just been saying mean stuff and not listening to how I tried to make this post to figure out a solution to help him. We've been arguing all day and I've been crying all day and I told him I was suicidal and he told my mom and my mom called an ambulance and I'm being sent to the psych hospital. I don't know for how long, but I've been in one before and I'm scared. I asked him to just apologize. I begged him, but we just kept arguing. I know some of you won't believe this post hardly, but it believed my situation because of the absurdity. But here's the update. And they deleted their account, so I can't see anything more. The first post, though, or the first comment, and this is obviously prior to the update, is make sure to show this drawing to someone else within 24 hours or you will die. Oh my God.
Well, I think that escalated.
That's
quickly.
right. And she had boxing gloves on too. That was the other mystery. That's right.
Okay. So, well, where should we start? I think
we need to get out of that relationship if he's that insecure.
Right.
And
well, it sounds like they're both insecure because I think
that's true.
This concept of you shouldn't vent about your relationship to somebody else. We got to throw that out.
Okay.
Oh, do you not?
Well, no, I don't. You typically know.
I think you should address it with your partner at some point. But I think it's normal for someone to vent about their relationship.
Oh yeah, like that.
To process it and then come back and address it. You shouldn't just talk about it to somebody else.
I've never dogged on Justin to anybody else because I just think, and especially to family or friends, because I think that creates a weird dynamic where sometimes you get. If a bad fight happens, they're like, "Oh yeah, break up, yeah."
Right.
Or
not that.
I don't know, but but talking to somebody else is
if you just get in a fight and being like, "Oh, we got into about this drawing thing. Am I thinking of this right?"
That's fine. That's fine.
So, because they kind of mentioned oh, there's this friend that we asked never to them to vent about again, and it's
yeah.
So that's a problem, and then really just escalating to now I'm suicidal.
Yeah,
that's there's some stuff going on there. But this is also like no tea, no shade to people, but this is where you fuck around and find out. Like, if you're saying, if you truly weren't suicidal, which people do this, and you were just trying to get attention, or you were just trying to like diffuse the situation.
Right. Like, what was the, were you actually,
he's going to tell your mom and you're going to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
I don't know what to make of that part.
It's messy. There's a lot going on here. A lot of moving pieces.
Anyways, yeah, they deleted their profile, so I can't see. Well, let's take a little break, and then I've got a couple more that are not as
juicy.
Yeah, but one of them is kind of funny, so we'll be right back. Well. We've come back from our impatient state. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not joking about that, but it is a little.
LOL. It's not a vacation.
That was a lot, Robin. Okay, this is a good one. Am I the asshole for having a large glass of coffee in front of my nephew? My 26 male nephew 5 likes to copy me. I'm not entirely sure why. It could be that I'm the coolest older male relative he's got. His dad is alive but left my sister for someone else and only sends child support, doesn't turn up. So my sister insists that I set a good example, which I don't have any issues with. I don't smoke. I only drink very occasionally. Talking about events like weddings and stuff. No excessive imbibing. I also generally prefer healthier food options like fish and vegetables. I only have to refrain from eating potato chips when the kid is around. But then yesterday we were at a cafe together and I ordered a large hazelnut latte, something I always order when I visit the place, but this was my first time going there with my sister and my nephew. My sister frowned and told me I shouldn't drink such sweet stuff. The place probably does put a lot of sugar into their drinks, given how it tastes. She was quite upset at me for drinking something like that in front of my nephew, saying she doesn't want him to see such drinks, or she doesn't want him to want such drinks because he sees me drinking it. Girl, fuck off.
Thank you. I
What?
Yeah, I don't have a sibling, but if I did, I would not let them police my body. That's what I'm going to say about that.
I have a brother who has given me wine in front of his son, my nephew, and been like, it's Aunt Jackie's happy juice.
See, there's a great reframe.
So I think that's crazy to make that stretch at 5 that he's going to say sugary drinks.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess I could see it if you were getting like a pop pumped full of like a fancy swig soda or some shit, but like a hazelnut latte. That's,
I think, right. And you could be like, oh yeah, here, I'm going to give you some and just give him water. Like, he doesn't fucking know. He's 5. No, that's crazy.
And copying
she sounds like a granola mom, and she got to.
Well, and
it's time to stop.
It's a little interesting that she goes like that. He has to be an example for this kid. Like, that's a lot to ask. I mean, again, like I would do it for my nephew, but like that's a lot to be like, guess what, bitch? You're now the uncle that you have to set the example. That's a lot. That's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot,
on somebody.
Robin. But I think, I don't know that. I mean, certainly modeling, like seeing someone like that is very powerful, but I don't think not this powerful. It's not like him seeing the uncle drink one large hazelnut latte. Now he's like, sugar. Like, it's like he's a crack addict.
I will say the first comment is 13,000 upvotes, which I agree with this. I guess she should parent her kid then. Growing up, I saw lots of stuff I wanted, soda, candy, etc. However, none of those things were things my parents kept in the house. I could have them on special occasions, but it wasn't an everyday thing. I accepted this as part of being a kid because that's what the expectation that my parents set for me. It sounds like your sister needs to do the same.
Boots tea.
I was going to say, I mean, I think about it sometimes because like when we were growing up, my mom didn't buy a lot of like candy. Like she would buy like cookies and stuff, but like I never like had like Kit Kats and stuff like Halloween, Easter. Yeah.
Sure.
And people were like, that's crazy. And I'm like, I didn't think anything different as a kid. Like my mom just didn't have like candy laying around the house or like she didn't buy chips or anything like
even
that.
So, I mean, it's like my parents are both sweet eaters. Like they've got candy galore at their house. I hate candy.
Yeah.
Like, I like chips. Like I'm a salty person. So it's like, it's just not how that necessarily works. And you can even be like, you can teach them like, hey, we don't drink those drinks. Like, or putting it onto the brother to figure out like that's
girl, get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
Right. Sashay away.
Okay. This one's interesting because of the genders. So my 32 female friend, 32 female, is currently hooking up with an 18-year-old male. So it's a little bit of a gender flip for the age gap.
Okay.
How am I to react when she asks me not to judge her? My friend and I have known each other for around 15 years. We now both live outside of our home country. She messaged me yesterday to say she had something to tell me with a non-judgmental hat if you can. She then told me about how she had met a guy at work. They had hit it off, had been together a couple of times, but he is 18. We are both 32. It is made particularly stickier that she is quite high up at work and has a lot of responsibility there. The guy was recently hired, but also recently let go due to staffing reasons, not performance related. That was not spelled correctly for a second. Sorry. Truly, it was spelled wrong. Truly, it wasn't a situation where I couldn't not pass even a little judgment. I told her this, and her response was, quote, "See, logically, I know that, and I know that it can't go anywhere, but I'm just going with the flow," end quote. But I can't pretend to be okay with it, and I told her such. I even asked my partner without context what age he thought for me would be too young to hook up with. He said anything under 25, I would be side-eyeing. Love. When I told my friend that I was maybe a little judgy of it, given the age gap and the power imbalance, she didn't respond. Is there something I should do or say?
I don't.
So he was fired. So he was at her company. They met. They've hooked up maybe, let's say, a handful of times. He's now let go.
This may be a shocking opinion. I don't see the problem.
I think if he was still working there, I would have more of a problem. I think it's a morally gray area, in my opinion. Right. He's 18. They met after he was 18, but I don't know what country this is, so I can't say like whether or not. But I mean,
he's legal.
You don't have to meet the guy either if you're really. Because that was the question. Well, what do I do when she asks me to meet him? You don't have to meet him.
I think you don't.
I also don't think she should meet him unless it's a serious relationship.
Well, that's just, right. Like if y'all are just fucking, like, okay, fine.
If you're all just fucking around, it is what it is. Like
I don't understand. Like to me, an age gap is not a thing. Like if it's legal and everyone's consenting,
sure.
I don't think it's a big deal. Now, when you get into situations like you said, like if they work together and she was like his supervisor or something, okay, that would be concerning. But like to me, like I don't think that's weird. And I think you're right. If you're just fucking around, then we don't need to meet. Like we don't need to be all buddy. But if truly they're gonna have a relationship, that's
a little bit different. Because I don't know.
Well, I would think you would be like, it's just a person.
Yeah.
Because just because he's 18 doesn't mean anything.
A lot of people in the comments would not agree with us. People are like, this is wrong.
And I don't get and that's why like the age thing. And I don't know, maybe it's a gay thing because we don't really care about that. But I just there are plenty of grown ass men who act like 12-year-olds.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice.
So like age is really truly just a number. So like he could be a very mature 18-year-old, and I think it shouldn't be a problem. I don't think people shouldn't be judged on these arbitrary things like age. I'm serious. I'm being dead ass.
I don't dead ass bitch.
Dead ass bitch. I think that's so ignorant.
I think I would be more upset or more judgmental if they were still, like I said, working together and she was his boss. That is a different dynamic. But if he's laid off and they continue seeing each other, it is what it is. I mean, whatever.
Let's get woke. Let's get DEI real quick.
Oh, God.
What if it was reversed? What do you think if it was an 18-year-old girl and an older man? Do you think it would be different? Do you think people would feel differently?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what the comments were. They're like, if you flip the genders, it's like everybody would be outraged. Like, and people are like, it's like the teachers who sexually abuse students, like the female teachers don't typically get as hard of prison time as the male. Like it makes personally as a 20-something, as a formerly 32-year-old person, I don't know that I would want to even talk to somebody who's 18.
Sure.
That's my own.
That's your thing. Right.
And I do think it's something to be well, that's fine. Yeah. But like, I don't know that I would want that. If they're just fucking around, I mean, it is what it is, then don't make it more than what it is. But
I think being judgmental is not.
I think you just
not the greatest move for your friend.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know. I don't know. The age, people getting hung up on the age thing is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Is it not the norm? Like if it doesn't work out for you,
sure,
fine. But like, what if your friend really likes this person? Yeah. Like, what if it's a really nice young man?
Sure.
So y'all in the comments need to chill the fuck out.
All right, last one, and I had to do this one. My girlfriend's farts smell rancid, and it is killing our sex life.
Oh my God.
Hi all, my girlfriend recently has been horrible farts, specifically on weekends. This may just be because we typically go out for drinks and out to lunch or dinner on the weekend, but it is beginning to affect our sex life. Last night we were having sex after our night out and she wouldn't stop farting.
Okay.
The farts smell like sulfur propane, and it's getting to be a bit much to the point where I can't hold an erection when I get a whiff of it. How do
Oh.
I talk to her without making her feel bad?
How long have they been dating? Did it say?
It does not say, I don't believe. That's yeah, no, it doesn't say. Somebody said maybe try lactose-free food.
Yeah, it sounds like she got some tummy issues we got to work on.
I think you just have to be honest. I don't know why you'd beat around the bush. You just be like, yo, like I'm not shaming you for this, but like you might need to see a doctor because it's bad.
Well, and I don't farting. I don't know. Let me start. I have a lot. Let's get into it. I don't know a lot about heterosexual sex. But I think I know enough that why are you farting during sex? Is that I'm being dead ass. Is that a problem? Like if you had to fart during sex, is it very difficult to like hold it in?
I don't
Justin, stop recording. He's just like, oh, this episode's over.
I mean, I guess it like my thought is, are they bouncing and the bouncing is making her like stomach bounce and like that's making her fart? But like you could easily hold you could easily hold it in, like
because the way it sounds.
There have been times where there have been
letting
times
them loose.
There have been times where like you can hold it. I mean, is it comfortable? No, but you can. Is she just like farting?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it
like
sounds
is she
like,
just like, are they just fucking? It's just like one long
like,
fart. Like that's crazy. like does she need? Like that's why I'm like, does she have IBS? Like does she have a hot girl stomach problem? Does she need? Like is it the food that they're eating? Like what the fuck are you doing in the bedroom? Because like that's a lot.
And why I asked, again, homosexual sex.
It's a little different.
It's a little different. So you're gonna know what's going on with your body.
Anybody asked him like what specifically? But.
So, I mean, I think you just have to address it, and maybe I don't know. Maybe she thinks you like it. I don't know. I think you just have to say like.
I think you just have to.
What's going on?
Say something about it. Like
I think you need to come with care and compassion. I think you need to be like, "Are you okay? Like, is everything okay? How can I help you?"
Yeah, like I don't. I'm pretty sure this is just a fetish post.
Well,
I think you just say like either before or say we either need to have sex before we go out and eat and drink, or like if you're gonna like I don't know, like it's
I think you have to address the issue. We've had other posts like this, and I think you just have to come in with care and compassion.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be rude about it.
And like check in and be like, hey, you know what? Like I'm worried about you.
Yeah, like this isn't normal, or like this.
Have you been feeling okay? Are you worried about anything?
Right.
And kind of engage them in that conversation. Like, I don't think I'd be like, you need to go to the doctor. Like, no. I think it would be like, are you okay? And then if they're like, yeah, why? Like, then you could maybe say, well, like, I think you'd even just say like the other night, like, it seemed like you were really gassy, and like it just didn't. It didn't seem like you didn't feel well, and it didn't smell great. So I'm just worried about you. And then if she still didn't get it, I think you could kind of keep escalating it until you're been like, you know what? Like, it comes out during sex, and like, it's just really hard for me to be in the moment.
Yeah.
It takes me out of the moment.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those conversations you need to have when it's been like a good day, like nothing bad's happened, like you
like not
watched
after,
your favorite show, like it's a chill day,
not
and
after
you're
he drew this terrible picture of you, and then you say, by the way,
your farts are disgusting, and it's ruining
my
boners.
Not boner
title of the episode.
Right. It's ruining my boners.
Oh my God.
People are rotten, and it's, you know what? It's straight people. I'm just going to say it. So
it is a straight couple. So yeah, it's not shocking.
I mean, I'll wait until you pull out one of these that's a gay couple, but so far you haven't, I don't think.
No, the gay ones are like totally fine.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
yeah. Because gay people aren't the problem.
Yeah, it's like most of the ones I've read, I've thought about, and then I'm like, this isn't really even like a problem. It's like my partner is not out to his family, and it's like that's not like
right,
like that's not scandalous enough for me. I'm picking the ones that are like, holy shit.
Right, right.
I'll try to keep on the lookout though.
We're picking shit stains on the couch, kind of. Like.
Well, and that's kind of what comes up for me now. Like it is very much like,
yeah.
I did see this. There's been a few more. Like there was one that was like my wife came back from a work trip with a hickey and lied about it. Like there was some. I mean, that's the type of shit I'm looking for. Anyways,
Wild.
well, guess what? It's time for a gay or straight.
Oh, I love it.
And this was just these. There's no theme to this. This is just things I was
just things you were
thinking about for no reason at all.
Okay.
Some of these are somewhat related to each other, but not really. Airplanes.
Ooh. I think this is tough because I think different sections are different.
Oh, I'm not talking about seating. I'm just talking about the airplane in general. The airplane.
I think the airplane itself is
straight.
That's what I think.
Straight.
I'm thinking straight. Yeah.
Buses.
Oh, that feels straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Italy.
Oh, that feels gay. No, that's bi. That's bi for sure.
Yeah, bi. Greece.
Oh, that's
gay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been in Mykonos. Lovely. France.
That's bi.
Yeah, I would go straight leaning bi.
Yes, that's yeah.
The color white.
Oh.
Bi. Little straight leaning.
Yeah.
Straights love a white party.
Straight, yeah. Because I'm trying to be like, gays don't really do white.
That's I was like, but it's straight leaning bi.
Yeah.
Energy drinks in general.
Straight. Yeah.
No ice in drinks.
Oh, that's gay. I do that.
Yeah, I think it's a little gay. Sunglasses.
Gay.
Yeah. Pedicures. Straight. I'm going straight.
Straight too. Yeah, that's a surprising one.
Yeah. Protein shakes. Straight. Ice cream. Straight.
Yeah.
Straight. Yeah. Last one. Saying light ice when you order a drink.
I want to say straight, but it's
gay.
Yeah.
I had like a weird, like free flowing moment where I was just like,
that.
Like I had no thoughts. I was just
that
like,
last one attacked me because I was like, oh, honey, I say that because I'm not an ice girl.
Light
You know me, I'm not an ice girl.
Well, nowadays I think this is something we've been tired of before. They put like, when you say ice, they fill that bitch up to the brim. They give you half the drink and they're like, here you go.
That's it. It's a Ponzi scheme, right?
Is.
Like the more ice, the less. It's like, girl, it's physics of like, there's more ice, so less drink.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, like little to no ice, bitch. Like,
yeah.
Because then it gets watered down anyways. Like,
yeah. Well.
And I'll be like, light ice.
That's
fine.
Can I
get light ice in my Diet Coke, please?
Most of the time, I just don't do ice at all. If we go somewhere, or if I get a drink from, I don't even bother getting ice.
No, I'm not a big no. Mm-mm.
They also don't clean those machines out as much as you think they do.
Right.
Anyways.
Well.
Hope everybody enjoyed this short little Radit episode.
Yeah. Happy Easter whenever this episode comes
I don't know
out.
when this is gonna come
We've
out.
given up on trying to, be consistent.
Well, I had asked Justin, I was like, so you're going to post like whatever we're calling it, mic check, sound check, whatever we're calling it. And he was like, oh. And I was like, well, we did just talk about it in the last episode. Oh. He was like, oh. He's like, well, I don't know if I have enough. And I was like, okay.
I feel like we've been very
I was like, we recorded
busy.
like about 85 of them. So, and he was like, I'll have to look. And then crickets. And I was like, okay. Because I was like, are you going to post one this week?
Oh.
Yeah. It was legit just like that. Me asking him. He was like, oh.
And I love that we often are criticized as the unprofessional ones.
I know.
And by we, I mean, really, it's you a lot of the time.
Talking to Justin.
It's not really. No, it's you.
No, it's me.
He's always talking about you.
Me?
Yes.
Why? What am I doing?
Because you always touch the microphone.
Oh.
And it's always your fault that the dogs are too loud.
Oh, my God.
And it's just always your fault.
I know.
It's your fault that he forgets to edit.
It's not. I reminded him almost daily for 2 weeks to edit this last episode. I was like, are you going to edit it?
He's probably in there having
a fit
at this. He's about to run out here and scream at you.
Gonna get the gun. I was like, are you gonna edit? Yeah, I have time. And then he was like, when he went to New Orleans a couple weeks ago, he was like, yeah, I'll edit it on the plane. And then he came back. I said, you edit now?
Did he come back with the hickey too?
Who cares?
That's how you know you've been married for like
who cares
45 years.
I tell people, they're like, he's so great, and I'm like, he is, but you guys also don't live with him. And I'm sure he says the same thing about me.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, no one's perfect.
No, I don't think I'm the unprofessional one. I'm constantly like, did you do this? Did you do this? And he's like, no.
Well, you'll have to take it up with him. The only thing I did was forget the microphone stand. I got yelled at that.
It was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
funny
don't
when we went to Chicago. I told my mom things and it made Justin so mad because I told her because we were talking about Aldi and you know how Aldi has the special aisles where it's like random stuff. And I told her, I'm like, I said, I'm not allowed to go down those aisles. Justin doesn't let me. Mom was like, what do you mean? Justin's like, and she was like, he doesn't let you. And I go, no, I can't. And Justin's like, why the fuck are you saying that? And Justin does let me go down the aisles. But now I make a point to ask him, I'm like, can I please go down and look at the aisles?
That's what I do. I tell everyone that Edward doesn't let me do things. They're like, he doesn't. I'm like, do you think anyone can boss me around?
I must have been convincing because I was like, no, he doesn't let me go. And I'm sure my mom didn't believe me, but it was funny because she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I'm not allowed.
I say that about the house because people, like, I remember someone the other day was like, oh, are you going to get this for the house? And I was like, oh, I don't get a decision in things that go in the house. They were like, what? I was like, yeah, I don't. Decorations I don't get an approval.
Oh my God. It's so funny. Cause I tell people cause they're like, oh, when I'll be like, oh, I have an idea to do this. And they're like, oh, don't you just do it? And I said, no, I have to talk. Like I do talk to Justin.
Right.
And they think it's shocking that like we make decisions about the house together.
I mean,
and I'm like, we both live here. Like, why would I not include him? But whatever.
It is partly true that we're doing the office right now. And I looked up on Wayfair cause they're having a sale.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. The big sale.
Did I tell you this?
No, but I know they're having a big sale.
I looked up all these desks. So we're gonna get a new desk and new chairs. I had like all of them on tabs. I had all these tabs open. So I sat down with him one day. I said, well, let me show you what I got. Went through every single one. And at the end he goes, I was like, oh, so those were all a no. Great.
That was a hard pass.
So I said, you know what?
Fuck.
It's fine.
Sure.
I don't need to pick anything out in this house. It's fine.
No.
I've gotten to pick out. I've gotten to agree to paint colors.
No, see that the biggest fights we've ever had are about paint colors.
But see, I don't care. As long as it's not like bright yellow. I'm like, I don't really care what's going on.
The biggest one we had was about when we redid our master bathroom. I wanted it to be purple, any kind of shade of purple, but I was thinking like lavender or like a lighter purple. And Justin's like, no, it's got to be dark. It's got to be like almost black. And I was like, no. Yeah. He was like, yeah, I know. He's like, trust me. So we bought swatches, and guess what? Which one fucking looked better?
Yeah. Well, and that's what happens. I get kind of like, it needs to be this, and then I'm actually the one that's wrong.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's fine. Anyways. Off on a tangent there. We never do that. We never get off on a tangent.
That's never
happened.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the little extra treat of the tangent.
Shit talking our
partners,
spouses at this point. We might as well be married.
Partners. Oh my God.
Well, on that note, stay tired.
And petty.